The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Wednesday. Jeez Louise, it's Wednesday already. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Wednesday?
Sure is.
Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
You know why I'm confused? Because my neighbors put out the recycling bin this morning, and it was full. And I thought I'd pulled mine back yesterday. I'm like, I thought we did that yesterday. Then I drove by. You know, you're in that haze when you leave the house. I'm looking, I'm like, what day is it? Did I?
They pranked you.
Thought I put it back yesterday. Well, it's still full of cardboard. By the way, still, you know I've uncovered that. That is the biggest scam in the entire state. It's a jobs program. Keep it together, because I know a couple of guys who listen to us that drive the recycling trucks are like, Holmberg, shut your mouth. Says we need these trucks, we need these jobs. But yeah, good luck trying to go read the rules someday of what you recycle and how it works. You may think you're saving the planet. You're not doing a thing.
When you guys were telling me that stuff, I couldn't believe you can't do pizza boxes.
No pizza boxes if they've been used.
Yeah.
What's the point of recycling a brand new pizza box?
Right. Envelopes with the windows in them and stuff like I couldn't believe
Windowed
it.
envelopes, caps on top of water bottles. Sometimes the cellophane that goes around the water bottle can't be part of it. You have to wash out your soda cans.
Yeah, that's happening.
Come on. Nobody's doing any of this. It's not enough. It's just that's why I put metal and poop in mine.
When you're doing your cans of gravy, spaghetti sauce, you gotta
I don't do
wash
that.
those out.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You got to clean out anything that's in it. It's like it's like the beginning of dishwashers. It's a Margaritaville. Put the ice in, and it makes like shredded ice, and then pour in your favorite margarita, and you've made a Margaritaville. You put $300 to make a thing that just blends your ice. It's a bad blender. Anyway, but yeah, I was confused with what day it is. Hi, my name's John. There's Brady, Brett Vesley, Big Dick Toledo. This is the Morning Sickness. We're ready to go for another day. Almost 20,000 people involved in our little things yesterday. One winner. So the new we're
scams in.
A full scam. There was a call yesterday. The apps things full scam.
It's got to stop.
I mean, it was ridiculous. They boosted our power. They gave more people an opportunity to get in. You guys took full advantage. I mean, we're talking, 20,000 people. When we say a word, you guys boom, and we're hitting it hard. And one winner. Whereas we've had 4 winners in the past with like 5,000 a pop, and that's still 5 times bigger than any other station in the nation doing this nationwide contest. Also, a big email that went out yesterday that said, "Please don't forget to call it a nationwide contest every time." I'm like, "Oh, I have." They want it in a different way, but yeah. So Fitz and Larry and me and raised eyebrows towards this whole thing. So I'm about to call on my loyal the group, Brady, the
ghouls,
the ghouls, the wee to not play at least morning.
We're going that the way this.
I don't know, not this morning.
Okay,
we'll wait. But just prepare yourselves for the day I say let's not play today. I'll still give the word because I have to legally, and then I'm begging you to go to 0. Show them a 0. If we could all just refrain from it one time, you can play with Larry and Fitz and just show them why did no one play in the morning? Phenomenal. The big O. Just smoke them. Yeah, so that was a big discussion yesterday. A lot of phone calls going back and forth. Like, how do we get one?
Interesting.
We only get one. We have like a huge amount of
doubled the amount.
Yeah, well, at least. Yeah, it was crazy. So, rigged. And also you got the KDKB pulling one. Not again yesterday, but them having any winners is just baffling. So I got my eyes on this contest. This thing... maybe we will have to contact legal, and we'll sue our own company over this thing. I don't think it was fair to the ghouls. I've got every day for the last probably 3 days in the mail fax letters from Century One telling me that one of your jackass kids is trying to register for a Century One Xbox credit card, gameplay card, under my name and address. And they deny it over and over. This is the most frustrating phone call I've ever had to make. Because I'm calling them, I'm like, look, I don't know what's going on, but this isn't me. And they're like, we know. And I'm like, so I don't know. Like, how do we stop this? Oh, we've got it, sir. I'm like, okay, then how do I stop you from telling me via mail every day, 6-7 times in a row, that John Molmberg is not an identifiable human being because they spelled my name wrong. And they're trying to, this person's identity cannot be secured. It's impossible. It makes you just, now all I do now is check my accounts constantly. Feel like I've been hacked, but this is the worst hacker of all time. All this kid wants to do is play Xbox. I have half a mind to let him have my credit card. Just go play the goddamn game for a minute and leave me alone. It's almost worth not calling these. There's nothing you can do to call.
I know. Well, there is that, and you always forget what it is. It's like you contact someone to say they're not taking me off the list.
What list?
There's a place where you can call or
they're not trying to sell me anything, Brady. Some kid's trying to apply for a card.
Oh, the kid?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fraud. Yeah, he's fraudulently trying to play Xbox on a credit line that he's used he's got my name and address.
But Molmberg.
John Molmberg, which for some reason, if you look me up, is one of my aliases. I must have misspelled my own name at one point on something. And so John Molmberg says alias. Because every time I've had to do house signings, do you use an alias? I'm like, no. It says here you're John Molmberg, John E. Holmberg. I'm like, those are just typos. I missed the D. I hit the E. So where do you get that? I don't know. You have an email address? I'm like, yeah. In like 1999, I had an Earthlink account that I accidentally started with Molmberg, and then I just started a new one with Holmberg. Well, it's still active. I'm like, Earthlink's not even active. Cancel it. So, yeah, I got this just letter after letter after letter.
The calls are increasing. I wasted 4 minutes of my time that I thought, oh, this would be fun. The guy called me from the wonderful, beautiful #1 World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
Center. He's calling. I guess that's where his office is.
Yeah.
And I get money for people like yourselves. I don't have any money. Well, Mr. Brady, I'm calling from the #1 World Trade Center. And he said that 5 times. And I said, well, stop. What's your first name? Because he kept calling me Mr. Brady.
Right.
It's Bradley. Well, Mr. Bradley,
right.
I just wanted to let you know. One, this #1 World Trade Center just sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not your candidate.
What's he want? He wants
Mr.
to give
Brady,
you money?
let me just tell you. Just give me a chance. Yeah.
He wants you to give him money?
No, he gives people money.
Huh.
I help people out. This is what I do, Mr. Brady.
And
really, I go, I guarantee you, we can refinance your house.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, they call about refis all the time. Yeah, I don't know how to get. Well, you can get off of that list. That's a solicitor. I want to get off the list of the Century One people saying, we got your back. Like, okay, I get it. I called them. I'm like, none of this matters to me. Like, you guys have got it covered, evidently. We sure do. So stop sending me letters saying it's denied. I'm not making the application. Okay. 6 more yesterday.
6?
Oh, the kid's nonstop. This guy's trying to play him some Xbox, and he's trying to do it on my dime. I don't know where he lives, probably India or something. But I don't even, like, there's nothing you can do, like, when somebody's trying to do this. So I just feel like I got to just keep tolerating. I feel sorry for my female man because she's got to load up my mailbox every day with more Century One things than you'd ever imagine. Big-ass envelopes full of it. And, of course, it just is turmoil now. Oh, we got to check all of our accounts. I know. Everything's fine. Nobody's in on this. I checked the Amex. Everything's fine. I know. Nothing's happening. John Molmberg isn't a thing. It's not a guy. But I just have to deal with this. I don't know who to call. It's like when the IRS audited me over businesses I don't have.
Yeah.
It says here you own a painting company? No. You pay 3 employees? I just said no, I don't have one. Well, you're going to have to prove that. How? You write us a letter that say you don't own this particular company.
Bloomberg Paints.
I don't know what it was. It was a painting company and an event planning thing. And I got audited. And the IRS went through with a fine-tooth comb all my stuff to find out I don't own this. And all I had to do was write a letter. I also wrote them a letter that said I didn't own the New Orleans Saints, just in case. I mean, I don't, how do you prove you don't own something until someone says, prove you don't own this? Like, are you saying I do? Yes. Okay. Otherwise, you owe all the money. I don't have, you didn't pull in like.
I've owned the Saints for years. I've just been taking cash.
I know. How do you prove you don't own something?
Should have sent him to John Molmberg.
Maybe Mr. Molmberg's got that. Maybe it's the same kid. This jackass. And then at the end of the audit, all it took was me writing a letter saying, I, John D. Holmberg, do not own blah, blah, blah painting company, LLC, housed in Wyoming. I also don't own the planning party company, LLC.
Just in case
that's all
you
it took.
did.
Right.
They can hold this over you. It's fraud.
But right, no, he's purged him. He's perjured himself. He said, "You said you didn't own these. I don't."
We're gonna get you.
Says you collected $127,000 from the painting company. I'm like, well, I'd like to see that. I did not do that. We need your bank statements. I'm like, okay. Do you think if I'm good enough at not owning a company, I can keep you from seeing the? I'm just going to deposit that in my checking account.
Can we get your Century One receipts too?
Right. You look like you play a lot of Xbox, sir. Man, your age playing Xbox that long. I'm not doing any of this. It's like this fake me is floating around, and he is bouncing stuff, man.
Crushing
he is
it.
a terrible financier. He needs a fiduciary is what this guy needs. He's got too many. But it makes you nervous because clearly looked me up because it's got that alias thing on there. So I don't know what the hell it is. Either way, it's been a fun couple of phone calls going, yeah, that's not me. Can you prove that's not you? Tell me the step. Somebody tell me the steps in proving things that aren't real. It's like the God thing. It's the gap of the gods. Prove it. Well, I can't. You got to have faith. That's what I'm going to start using the religious argument. You just got to have faith that that's not me, sir. Are you a religious man? I am. You believe in God and you have faith that that's real? I do. Then you're going to have to take my word for it here. Have faith that John Holmberg is not me. It's nonstop. It's craziness. But
You just thought. It made me think of another idea: a faith-based credit card.
Brady.
We're a faith-based credit card company.
Yeah, we'll take it. We believe in you. Visa. We're omnipotent. We're everywhere you want to be. Hey, you don't have to pay it. We'll get back to you. We believe you'll someday pay this. Yeah, it's impossible to prove that. Prove I exist. I think therefore I am, all that stuff. I got philosophers on my side and everything else. Prove you don't exist. Huh? I can't. Have we ever met? That's the only thing I can say. Not really. But I'm on the phone with you. But I could be anybody. Now we're getting kind of deep. We're getting a little Descartes here. We're going way too deep into this. Yeah, it's crazy. So I just call Century One again today when the letters come a-rolling in. But I do. I just feel like loading that kid's a card with like $100 and letting him play a little Xbox on my dime on a card I don't own. I just say, hey, go nuts, kid. Have fun. For just, get the Wheel of Fortune, have some fun with that. Do a little gameplay, and then go bother somebody else for a little while. Here's a C-note to get off my ass. I can handle that. And that's the thing. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the Nirvana kid.
That's possible. Needs the cash.
Spencer Eldon.
Yeah, this is the weirdest story in a while. Now, because you remember Spencer Eldon was about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe? Was celebrating the fact that he was the kid on the
25th
album. It was the 25th anniversary.
Yep.
That's when it was. When was that? 2016. 2016.
Yeah.
It's 91. So he's swimming around in a pool, and he's like, look, I was the baby in Nirvana, and everybody's celebrating. I remember watching him do interviews.
Wasn't naked this time.
No, he had his shorts on because he's a little embarrassed of his micro dick. He evidently didn't grow from the cover. So he's now suing Kurt Cobain's estate, Dave Grohl, and Chris Novoselic.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's Pat Smear wasn't there yet.
He wasn't there yet, so
he's not
he's
getting
safe.
sued. But he's probably got a couple of bucks. Suing all three members of Nirvana for $150,000 apiece because he said no one ever asked him permission at 4 months old to be on the cover, and his guardians.
They took complete advantage of this baby.
Yeah, and his guardians, who happened to float that picture Nirvana's way, didn't know it was going to happen. But 25 years passed, and he was smiling underwater, going, "It's me. I'm the baby, and now prove you were the baby."
You ready for this little nugget on the 5th anniversary? He said he did it, but he admitted he wasn't happy to be associated with it.
Right. He threw that out. And maybe he wasn't. I don't think I'd want my baby dick on a classic album cover.
Then don't take
Even
the
today.
picture on the 25th anniversary.
Well, right.
But they must have paid him.
Yeah, I think he's short on cash. I don't want my baby dick out now. Like if my baby dick got out today, and not baby dick, like the dick I carry around is nicknamed baby dick by everybody who's ever seen it. So if you see my baby
but if
dick,
that was you on that album cover,
I'd be celebrating
as a baby,
the crap out of that. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
I'd walk around handing out copies to
amazing.
everybody I met. Here you go. This is me. This is me.
That's like having your face show up on Sgt. Pepper's, on that amazing collage of all the people, and then you're in it. You're like, who's this guy? Oh, it's me. I don't know where they got the picture, but I'm on Sgt. Pepper's album cover. That's amazing.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of
celebrate.
painted originally, or like one of those.
No, that's a real baby's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's claiming also that it's pornography. That's another
That's
thing.
the
he's
main
trying to go with. Yeah, he's really upset that it's child
They
porn.
took advantage of him.
If you look at that and you get turned on, you're the child pornographer. It's you.
It's on my ceiling of the bedroom.
Well, sure.
I mean, it looks
yeah, 'cause
great.
it's underwater. It's like a
Yeah.
little fish baby.
Yeah.
You like that. Yeah, I don't understand how any lawyer says, yeah, we can get him. How do you prove that's you? There's no paperwork. There's nobody signed anything. They just have the picture, right?
That I don't know, but you would think a big record company would have crossed their I's and dotted their T's.
But it was Geffen and Sub Pop.
Well, Geffen still wasn't.
I know Geffen's massive, but I'm saying they got a picture of a naked baby. That's like,
He's not, the thing about the lawsuit.
be anybody.
There's no mention of that you, one, never got any financial
right. Well, there would be
credit for the
there
photo.
would be
The
paperwork
lawsuit
there.
says he suffered permanent physical, psychological, and financial
Then
harm
shut
from the
up.
photo.
No one would have known
So
it's you.
Maybe no one would hire him.
Because he wouldn't shut up. Brady, I could look at 100 baby
Look,
pictures
baby
of
Dick,
you.
We're not going to hire you.
Yeah, literally, you line up 100 pictures of Brady as a baby.
Yeah.
And say which one's Brady, and I'd be like, I don't know, and they're all you.
You would know.
You look the same probably, bald,
You'd
goatee,
know. You could pick
pizza,
baby Brady
pizza
out the
stains.
line.
Is that true? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. You could tell. I think
Really?
so.
You've done no
Yeah, I think
changing? You've got a
like
baby
you're
photo
talking
of
about
yourself?
that. Yeah, no, you couldn't.
Yeah, if I put you in amongst a bunch of babies, for sure, no one would know.
Yeah.
So if you're on the cover of an album that's caused you great stress because you think it's you, just shut up. Just caused me an unbelievable amount of stress. Why? No one knew that was you until you said it was you. That's your own fault. If there's a picture of my dick on the internet, everybody says, look at this baby on a human, like Dave Ellison, if he didn't put his face in it. That's the whole reason when you take dick pics, you don't ever include your face or tattoos. So it's plausible deniability. And then people are like, it's the most viral tiny dick of all time. I wouldn't know that's you, although pretty reasonable. I could find out.
But that's still not baby.
But
Bro,
that's
older, yeah.
That's like, what are you, like 7 there? You're the same height. But I look at that and I think, why do you have baby pictures of yourself, by the way?
My sister sent it to me a long time ago.
And you hung on to it? You should make that your screensaver.
I'm like, look at that.
Be the creepiest mother effer on the planet with a... Was that your baby? No, it's me. Ew,
I
weirdo.
just remember when you said that, I'm like...
You have a baby pic of yourself. All right, I'm just going to talk to Brett for the rest of the show. Probably not look at you much at all ever again. But yeah, I mean, that's why you do the whole don't identify it, because every dick looks pretty much the same.
Especially when you're 4 months old.
Right. But, like right now, if my baby dick was on the internet, and somebody said, all right, we're going to do a dick lineup, then you got something. With babies, 30 years later, you're not doing anything about that. This dude should shut up. I want to be the lawyer against this and just go, are you kidding me? Prove it's you. Give me the paperwork that says that's you. This is easy.
It definitely must have boiled over to the point that they did a buyout on the picture. We'll give you $2,000
But
or
there'd be
whatever.
paperwork
too,
on
yeah.
that.
Have it.
There'd be papers.
There should be.
So if his parents don't have it and he doesn't have it, it's not him. Legally, it's not him. Because if you can't produce the
Or
paperwork,
Geffen has it.
Correct.
or Geffen's got it.
Yeah.
They have to have it because if either one, like if they don't have it, they lost it or whatever.
Right.
But if Geffen doesn't have any paperwork on
But
it, they have a legit case on saying, well,
you know,
this is
still have to prove it's you. If Geffen's like, we found a picture of a baby naked and we've used it, we know who it is.
they'll obviously, if I'm a lawyer looking at that and say, and their argument is prove it's you,
Yeah.
then
That's
you got
the
a pretty
first-
good argument. It might be worthwhile to battle out.
How? Tell me that. With no paperwork, no money exchanged, because that's what has to have happened for this to even have a lawyer on it.
And then have everyone now turn around and say that we weren't
I'm
using
saying-
him as a baby. We weren't using a picture based on him.
It doesn't matter.
You're looking at having everyone deny that. On
Everyone,
the Geffen.
this should be the same thing as Deshaun Watson's case. Everyone that kid's age should claim they're the baby on Nirvana's album cover. Because
We all should.
We all should. Well, I can't. I was 21. Was I? I was 20. I was 19. And my dick was the same size, which is pathetic. It could have been me. Actually, I was bald, and my dick was the same. It could have just been me.
It's just so much bigger.
That's it. I'm suing. They shrunk a picture of me, and they put me in the pool, and that's exact same me. Yeah, everybody that age right now, if you were born in early 1991, say that's you. Yeah, it's me too. I was it. That's it. And then claim it. Figure it out. Because if Geffen's like, we don't have any pay. I very seriously doubt Geffen's even 30 years later still has the $2,000 receipt for the rights to that photo.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nobody's got anything. This is a ridiculous thing, and this everybody should do it and just wash this kid out. Plus, he only wants $150,000 a piece.
Well, that's just it. This tweaker is looking just to get paid off. He's not looking for the big settlement. That's why he's not going for much. So he's going for $150 from each member. So he's trying to get $450,000.
Yeah, it had to be based upon some formula, whether it's royalties, it sold so many, and
okay,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's just some lawyer saying, they'll settle for this. Let's just get that money.
Yeah. And not even
that.
Well,
then they're starting high. Then.
Well, I think they're starting low. I think they're going to end up with like $50,000 total. Yeah, and he'll be fine with that.
That's what they figured. Yeah. This is the max we're going to ask.
When you do that, you find out. To me, you find out what Nirvana's proceed or net value of that album is.
Yeah,
and sue for that. If you're a good lawyer, you're like, this thing made over blah, blah, blah $1 million, and we want this. And then another lawyer comes and goes, come on, he didn't write the songs. Well, all right, half. And next thing you know, you're down to like $50 million. And then you end up settling for $150,000. J. Todd Himes, who painted my picture of the great COVID Barry Wood, the big black guy in his penis, said, what you need, John, is a painting of the Nirvana album cover with Barry Wood in the place of the baby.
Yes.
J. Todd, you're hired. I want a whole wall of those.
You could have a Barry Wood room.
Yo, the wood room. Taking you to the wood shed. I just asked him if I could get that done. He said, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Barry Wood in the pool, huh?
Barry Wood in the Nirvana pool. And then Barry Wood on awesome album covers would be, I might have to replace all of them. That is a great idea.
Nevermind sold 30 million copies. So he's trying to get his.
Yeah. And also, Todd Morrow says, I'm not sure if you said this, but I read that in the 25th anniversary, this idiot said he told the photographer we'll make it. He's 4 months old. Oh, no, that was the other one in the 25th anniversary. Yeah. So, but he thought it would be weird, so I wore my swim shorts.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. It's a money grab. But it's ridiculous. And, again, go after it. If this is how easy it is, every baby photo. You know that one of, was it Jodie Foster was the original Gerber's baby? She was the one on the cover of Gerber's with the. That wasn't Gerber's. It was the suntan lotion, where the dog is pulling the copper tone, and she's like that, I think, or maybe she was the Gerber baby, one of the two.
Yeah,
but didn't get anything for that. But her parents did. Brooke
Showed
Shields,
her bum in the copper.
Brooke Shields was one. There's paperwork to prove this stuff happened. So this kid's an idiot. But yeah, go back and try to do that whole thing and prove it's me. You can't do it. It can't be done. It's like. Good Lord, if they can't prove, crimes based off of this, they're never going to prove that kid. That's it. It's the easiest case in the world. But it's kind of troubling because you're right. It's a dude who just needs cash. And you saw a picture of him on the 25th anniversary, and you're like, all right.
He's just some tweaker.
You look like a little bit of a bum here. You're 27 years old. I think it's the coolest honor of all time. If you put me on the poster of, Star Wars accidentally, like, that's pretty awesome. That's one they're using forever. Yeah, that's you. And okay, pretty sweet.
Yeah, like I said, I'd hand out copies to everybody I met. Here you go. This is me. This is me.
I was the baby. I was the baby. Yeah. And go to shows and sign the album, and that's how you get your money.
He should be at Comic-Con signing those album covers.
Nirvana would probably sue him. But still, it's just
yeah.
Or Courtney.
Yeah. It's just Nirvana's. Whenever you hear the word estate, it's probably going after something that, I got to get that. But you can't, I don't know. There's so many things that are like, how can you even know? Again, babies. Brady, you 30 pictures of Kirby and 30 pictures of other babies and probably go 20 for 30 on the Kirby shots. Your own babies.
Yeah.
Babies are impossible to, you can't tell what's one from the other. That's why we all have to dress them in pink or blue. You don't even know what it is. I look at babies and I'm like, oh, God, please have a color that's identifiable. Don't be one of them gray they babies because I'm going to say it and you're going to get mad at that. You ever have a mom do that to you? Oh, It's adorable. It's a she, calls it an it. I'm like, I didn't look at its genitals, lady. It's just a lump of carbon mass. You want me to tell you the truth? Your baby looks like an old man dipped in 30 weight. I don't want to look at it anymore. It's ugly. They're all ugly. Leave
and
me
it
alone.
used to be, if it, sometimes would be pink and blue, like in colors, but now
it's gray. Sometimes it's wearing
do
a
it.
rainbow.
Now you just say, "Oh, they look so cute.
Oh, they're so adorable." I don't, because I no longer lie to women about their babies. It's got kind of a lumpy head. This one's a little bit ugly. Hopefully it grows out of it. All babies are ugly, ma'am. You know that, and I know that. There isn't a cute one out there. If there is, they're rare.
It is safe.
Was Kirby?
I still use it.
Honestly, was Kirby a cute baby? I mean, thinking back, not being her dad, but you look and you're like, because my parents admit I was not. I was a conehead.
She had she was born with a lot of hair. So
I remember
she had a
that.
natural mohawk.
She looked a little
and that
weird.
was kind of cute.
Well, the mohawk was cute to parents, but if you paraded that thing around, it looks.
I mean, if I would have
sick.
put makeup on her and stuff,
right, doll it up.
maybe
a little jumping action on that. But for the most part, you look at it and go, "Ugh, not done yet." They're not cute. They're tiny.
Women see it differently.
Of course they do. It's their own. Women say your baby's cute and then tell the husband in the car, that kid's nose, it's going to be a mess. I hope it grows out of that.
Holy Michelin, man.
You should see pictures of me. I was fat. They put me on a diet the day I was born. I was a cone head because evidently mom was tight. Squeezed the whole top of me.
And for the skull-shaping helmets?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I got away with this clean-ass. I got a good-shaped head. I don't know how. Because you look at pictures of me as a baby, I'm a football. It was a tube head.
You could have been a pharaoh in Egypt.
Yeah, fat. Oh, I could very easily.
Because they used to point their heads.
I looked like
form their skulls.
I was Papa Emeritus. I had the hat on before. I was a weird-looking kid. My parents were like, you were not. My mom, oh, you were adorable because my flaws are cute to her. But I was all babies are kind of ugly. All puppies right out of the chute are disgusting. You got to give them a few weeks before they're like, oh, look at them. You see them, their eyes are all closed. They look like little sick pigs. They're not that cute. About 3 weeks, 2 weeks in, then puppies start getting to be that heart-melting thing.
But kittens.
That's different. Kittens in you ever hold a brand new one? They fit in the palm of your hand, and they're.
Yeah, I held a brand new one that got squashed by my mom.
Oh, that's a great.
You killed it.
Why did you smash the cat? Is that the one she vacuumed?
She was running out the front door,
right.
and I had him out on the front little porch area, and she was late for tennis, and she goes running down the steps.
Oh. Late for tennis.
Stepped on the kitten.
I'm going to be late for tennis.
I chucked it at her.
Casual game. You
Up
show
in
up
UA
when you
it
show up.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're a couple minutes behind. She was
Winky's going to be so mad at me, I'm going to be late.
She was late for drinks. Winky and Bunny. Oh, do you realize how sickening your childhood was?
It's Pleasantville.
Winky didn't play tennis.
It's grosser than Pleasantville. Winky and Buns at the club. Brady, come on.
Winky wasn't a member.
You guys are a stereotype. Oh, she was black.
Yeah, no.
What was her teammate's name on tennis? Nickname.
She had a couple of Joan Markwood.
What was Joan's
and
nickname?
Jaws.
No kidding.
She talked a lot.
Oh. Jaws.
That's what the
Did you call him that?
No,
You
we
didn't
wouldn't
call
her
her. Yeah,
that.
you call him like Mrs.
Joan.
Markwood.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
great.
Did you know your parents' friends very well?
Not very well.
No.
I mean, I knew who they were, but that was
too.
about it. Yeah.
All I had to do was like say, hello, sir, how are you? And then like go back in my room. I never, like Brady knows them. Like they know Brady, even as an adult and stuff. It's weird. Winky and Blinky and Tuffy and Chiffon and Cotton Candy. They all come over.
Benny
and Bunny. Oh, I'm going to throw up.
I dated Benny's daughter.
What was Benny's daughter's name?
Stephanie.
What'd you call her?
Hot.
What was her nickname?
Hey,
Clemitz.
what's up, Clemitz? Love Muffin.
Yeah. Was she hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened there? Did you close?
9th grade. It was too young, you know.
So you didn't really date her. You went to like ants.
We were steady for about 3 months.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe a little dry humping.
Oh, yeah.
On Benny's couch.
Nice.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Good on you, Brady. These stories are hot.
Put on a little
right.
Regatta de Blanc.
By the way, I'd
Please.
like to announce, I just realized that I was the baby in Rosemary's Baby. I would like to, I forgot about that. I came out
You
the
need to get paid.
I need to get paid for that. Rosemary's Baby is a classic. Mia Farrow. And also, Mia Farrow's in it. Woody Allen raped me during the film. So I just want to let you know. And
$150K.
Everybody born that year should also claim it. Yeah.
I was Chucky.
Yeah. You could still be Chucky. Was that 87? You were in your mid-20s? Yeah, absolutely, Brady. Of course, but it doesn't seem to be a case that has any legs on it, and I don't understand it.
You know, it's funny because what was her name? Katie just hit up and said that he actually has Nevermind tattooed to his chest.
Yeah, the kid's been celebrating it since I've ever known about him. He's the one who told us.
As he should. I would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's the one who jumped out and said, "I'm the baby." Nobody knew who it was, so he said it.
I mean, it's right there on his chest.
Yeah, he's got Nirvana, Nevermind tattooed to himself. Okay, good for you. Prove it. You can't DNA test the album cover. This bothers me. Frivolous lawsuits.
Good-looking kid.
The baby.
He could sign up. Just call, get permission, and you're right. Go to Comic-Con or one of those. And
Sign the album.
make that cash.
Man, you could make
Also, don't you hate that when they black out the baby's pee-pee on Nirvana, Nevermind the actual thing, it's probably bigger than the one they'd use for you. Look at the size of that kid, Schwant. The digital blackout is like Japanese porn has smaller digitalization. Anyway, yeah, he looks like our promo guy, Drew.
Oh, my God, he does.
But yeah, don't do that.
That's a man bun guy.
Definitely a man guy. Looking for a quick $50K to get his weed supply going again. Spencer Eldon, world's biggest douche. It's 6:15. Let's get a wake-up song, shall we? Let's make it Nirvana or something. We'll actually probably stick to...
We've had requests for the Stones.
I was going to say the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of favorite Stone songs that would not be good wake-up songs. But a friend of mine texted me yesterday and had a great point. He goes, if any or all of the Rolling Stones died in 1986, how would the world be different? And I'm like, it wouldn't at all.
Yeah.
There'd be one less
Because
person
of
because Mick's had a baby since.
60 years he was drumming.
I think Ron Wood had a baby also. So there'd be a couple less people. But, I mean, as far as music goes, how would it be different if the Rolling Stones never did another thing after 1986? Musically. They didn't influence it. It wouldn't. Steel Wheels was a decent album. You could do without it. That came out in like 89. Outside of that,
You're saying
they had a
'cause
legacy.
The album before that.
Voodoo Lounge? Let's see.
Voodoo Lounge was 79, I think, right?
No.
Or was that
94?
That was 90. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I'm thinking of the one with
and that had
that disco song on it in 79.
Miss
Waiting
You.
on a Friend. Miss You. That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Love is Strong was on that one.
Nothing.
It's only two. You Got Me Rockin'. I remember that one.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not great.
Because people
Yeah.
said it's the Rolling Stones. Let's find the two best ones
Right.
and push them on you for a second, see if you like it. So his theory was that they started in like 64. About 86, we'll give them till 90.
Yeah.
When they could still put something out that was relevant. So for 31 years, they've been irrelevant outside of concerts. So we're celebrating 60 years of music, where 30 of it was nothing.
But isn't that
It's true.
amazing
Yeah.
that even that last 30 years, they put together a tour?
Oh, they could still sing.
monstrous.
The only thing that
Because
changes
their catalog's so huge.
it's massive.
Yeah.
And
The hits,
let's
it's
be
just
honest about the
ridiculous.
Rolling Stones. They were pumping it out there. They were
Oh, yeah.
They were throwing out everything they ever wrote.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
They're at Dylan pace.
I don't know that they ever said not good enough for the record.
Yeah.
I think they just wrote 12, put 12 on, and that was it. And sometimes they were brilliant. But I started to do the math on that. That's not to bash them. They had an amazing run.
Yeah.
But the last 30 years of them, we could have done nothing. The only thing that changes in my life is that the 2005 Super Bowl halftime show isn't the Rolling Stones. Outside of that, that's it. That and my boss, Paul Peterson and Terry Hardin, gay dancing to the Rolling Stones at ASU was hilarious. So outside
you
of all
kept it
those
pretty
things.
simple.
Yeah.
That's how they could tour so long. You and Keith
Yes.
playing those songs.
So, I mean, it's more a case of longevity than it is success.
For sure.
Because we don't want to hear anything new from them. We haven't since the Reagan administration.
Oh, if it's 86, we would have missed the Harlem Shuffle.
Harlem
Oh,
Shuffle.
that's solid.
89, Steel Wheels had Keith Richards has a song on that that's phenomenal. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like he every once in a while would have his own song on the album. That was the best one on the album, but it never was a hit. And then Steel Wheels had Heart Attack or something like that. They were even talking about their hearts not being very good then. I can't see that.
Oh. Let's see if
I don't remember the hit off of that.
I don't
Rock in a Hard Place. That was it. Hearts for Sale.
Oh, yeah.
For Rock in a Hard Place. Stuck between a rock. That was a cool.
It was cool, but was it
come and go?
It wasn't like a Jumping Jack Flash or Sympathy for the Devil or anything.
No, it was the best one off of that. But there's I think
Black.
I think Slipping Away on that album is the one Keith Richards did, and it's great. It's like Keith Richards by himself, and it's great. But I mean, yeah, you start looking at like it's when Robin Williams. I started to feel bad for Robin Williams before he died, and he even said it. And Ray Romano made this point. He goes, when you get to a certain level of success, nobody cares about your content anymore. Ray Romano said that he and Phil Rosenthal, who did Everybody Loves Raymond, they had such a loyal fan base for that show that they would write jokes and look at each other and go, not even a joke. Doesn't make sense. Not funny. I mean, not even to our standards. Like, this is lazy. It's bad. And it doesn't even land. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And the audience Ray would just go, oh, I can't believe Deborah would do such a thing. The crowd just goes, but And he's like, that's when we knew we were done because we could say anything. And the people who liked us the echo chamber was going to tell us we were great. And the real world was going to just start slipping away. Robin Williams would show up on a talk show and just go, oh, look at that. Oh, Mr. Happy, here we go.
Just take it
and
over.
People go, oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's just noises. He's not even like trying anymore. I think the Rolling Stones got to that point when Reagan was president.
I just remember, right around that time in the 80s when people would go, they do a tour. They're like, well, it's more of a heritage thing or paying, Mick's flowing up. He's amazing. Keeps it going for 3 hours for his age.
Right.
And the sound was never great.
I thought they were.
And then they got better, I think, later because, obviously some
because they were auto-tuned. They had tracks. They were playing
But
different.
I remember 1 or 2 years where like, man, it is bad.
Well, the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure, was all tape. They played over clearly on a click track because they had to time it. But I'm sure it was. And it was just pure cacophony of noise in the building. On TV, it probably sounded fine.
And I think Mick magical about Mick's, rooster walk.
Yeah, and he's great live.
Going down the runways.
But again, other than nostalgia, which is important, but other than nostalgia, and how many times can you do it? Like Guns N' Roses isn't selling downtown because this tour they got going on is 4 years in the making of the same exact stuff.
Right.
So we don't want to see it again, which is weird because when they came back, that gap of time, that leave them wanting more thing, like, oh, my God, they're back together, everybody went nuts. Now we're kind of like, all right.
The danger's gone.
But isn't it funny? Yeah, isn't it funny how they don't have that, but the Stones could sell out ASU again tomorrow?
Right.
And they've done nothing. And it's like Guns N' Roses, just like, okay, I gotcha. And not to put them in the same category, but I mean the world's most dangerous band. Yeah. That's what the Stones were. They were the original. The Guns N' Roses is the second coming.
They're the bad boys to the Beatles.
Absolutely, they were the scary ones. Yeah. So I mean, not to Charlie Watts still. He's dead. It just got me thinking.
Yeah.
And there's other bands that, God, I mean, why can't they? Why even the Grateful Dead have people dying and they still go? Brady was playing Grateful Dead stuff this morning. Can we get these older bands to just drop dead so they can't tour anymore? The Eagles? I didn't know this, but the Eagles are dragging Glenn Frey's son out.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, that's Glenn Frey's son. That's not the Eagles. You're fooling yourself, people.
Wolfgang Van Halen once again announced yesterday, look, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I'm not taking up my dad's business.
No. That band, I don't even know how you reunite them. I don't know who's in it. But, yeah, just Glenn Frey's Jr. We all know that Captain Caveman and Son sucked, right? And once they added the son, when Oliver got to the Brady Bunch, we know it stunk. When you add the kid, Danny Cooksey on Different Strokes wrecked Different Strokes. The new kid ruins everything.
There's a new kid in town.
Well, Cousin Oliver and
well, that's it. Cousin
Family
Oliver.
Ties.
Family Ties had Alex. Growing Pains brought Leonardo DiCaprio in, and then had a baby too.
But you're talking about
Full House had new twins when the two Olsen twins got older. It was stupid.
You're talking about Captain Caveman and Son.
Terrible.
Any of those sons never worked.
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah,
and that's what Glenn Frey Jr. is. I don't know if that's his name, but that's what he's going to be known as. And get your own life, Glenn Frey Jr.
Actually, the last album that was
awful.
probably relevant for the Stones was probably Tattoo You. So
78?
81.
That was 81.
So had Waiting for a Friend.
Great
and
song. And that was the one
Start Me Up.
Everybody was bashing him for that because Waiting on a Friend is the weird little
and
then the one before they did disco songs.
Yeah, that was on Miss You.
That was when I was going to say.
Start Me Up was 81?
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's a great one. Anyway.
That's probably the last one that's...
Bottom line. I don't know who that tattooed lady is on Tattoo You, but I think it was Brady. So go get your money. There's a lot of bands like that. I think Pearl Jam kind of falls into that category a little bit. That they've been around for a long, long time, and not a whole lot's come out of them outside of nostalgia for the last 10.
Watch it. Old Jer's going to come in.
I
here
know
with
you
an
got some Pearl
AK.
Jam people out there. I like them, but there's a lot of bands that are just running around touring on. They shouldn't be touring anymore.
Well, it's like, what was it? I think even, and not putting them in the same category, but Poison always says, why are we going to put out a new album? Nobody wants to hear it. They just want to hear the hits. That's why we
truth to
tour.
that.
It's true, though.
And I guess if someone was paying me the astronomical amount of money to do stuff I did in 50 years ago, okay. But, you're Poison. Who wants to hear the hits?
Hit.
Seriously, I don't want to hear Unskinny Bop ever again. Write some new stuff. I'll change your mind on that one, Brett. Go write some new stuff. Get out there and go Steelers, but write some new things. Let's get that wake-up song. Probably a Stones song this morning for Charlie Watts. But 81, that's a good time to check out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not... it wasn't the tragic passing of one of the Rolling Stones. Those guys lasted 30 years longer than anybody thought.
Old Jared just texted you to shut up.
I know. He loves that Pearl Jam. But they haven't done it any good. That last album, they could have deleted that. It's actually... And I think Pearl Jam's great when they're great. That last album, pure bag.
What was their last great album for you?
Dog, that one. Last great album they put out? I think the last one that... wow. Great album. 10. As far as the whole album. I actually like the one with the avocado on it. I don't know what that's called. That's got a couple of good ones on there. And then another one that looks like it's got Japanime art on the cover. Has Given to Fly and a couple other songs on there. Pretty cool. But that's a tough question. I don't think they've had a great album since the first three. The avocado one I liked, and then there's that other one with the nine, like the Guadalupe Squares one, yeah. Backspacer. Outside of that, I haven't. And I still listen to a lot of their stuff, but boy, that Gigaton.
Weren't a Versus or Vitology kind of guy?
Versus Vitology, Pearl Jam. I hated Yield. People kind of liked Yield. I didn't like Yield at all. Yeah, we could have killed Pearl Jam in 1999, and it would have been fine. Yeah, there's nothing coming off that after Vitology, let's be honest.
You got to look at it, though. I mean, that 10 is such a phenomenal album to follow. Yeah. It's like almost like, let's just quit. We can't. We're done.
How can you get better than when you peak in high school? It's the hot girl in high school. You see her when she's 40 and she's fat and got 2 kids. And like, man, it all ended for you when you were 17. That's pathetic. Like, nothing good happened to you after Mr. Johnson's class. Once we graduated, it went all downhill. I'm like, you got 70 years of downhill. You realize how long we live, right? You better hope high school wasn't your best moment. You can't come out of the gate strong. I learned that, and I come out weak. I gotta have a strong close because my beginning was suck. Anyway, sorry, Pearl Jam fans. That's true.
Given to Fly. That's one.
Given to Fly is a great song.
Yeah.
There's a couple on there that are pretty good. Give us a wake-up song, and we'll scream it together. Probably a Stones song. We'll figure that out. 585-9800, a good one, and then we'll get that word out to you coming up at 7 o'clock. You can win another $1,000. Today's not our zero day. Try to crash it again. $20,000 per pop. Yesterday is pretty damn impressive. You guys
with one winner,
one of the KUPD winners. I don't buy it, but let's do it again today. Let's get jammed up in this thing, crush this machine. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Pathetic.
98.
That's it. That's bonkers.
KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.